The world is full of guys. Caleb, what kind of guys do you think the world is full of? I use the same ones, so.
The world is full of cafeteria workers.
Motorcycle guys.
Gabe, shut up.
Okay.
Quiet.
So this was, to be fair, this was a question I put to Caleb.
He said Caleb. Motorcycle guys.
Coffee guys.
Gabe.
Okay, but listen, guys, you would agree that not all coffee guys, not all motorcycle guys are the same.
Those are
right?
both mine.
Cafeteria guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So you ask Caleb the question and then I answer. I get talked down to for answering, and then you use both my options. Okay?
It's fine.
I actually rescind.
I'm going to
both
go
of my
back to just my
offerings.
original copy.
Okay.
It's apparently way too much trouble. Construction guys say they're not all the same, right? Right?
Right. Sorry.
And Lord knows.
Wait, I was supposed to answer.
Yeah,
you were
and
pointing
Lord-
to Gabe, so I was supposed to answer.
And Lord knows that, cafeteria workers aren't all the same.
No.
Every guy is a little different. This is a podcast where we all pick our guy. GuyBoys, 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 Hello and welcome to GuyBoys. This is a podcast from the Advanced Answering Techniques family of podcasts. I'm your host, Josh, one of your hosts, and I'm joined by Caleb.
Seasoins, greedoins.
And Gabe.
Pizza.
And we are here to discuss what some British comedians would call the thorny issue of publishing houses. It's a little inside. Guys, we're in a publishing house, and we're going to pick our guys who work in a publishing house.
And just to make sure, just to be clear, what are we publishing here?
Okay, great question. We're publishing books.
Books.
Yeah, these are books.
Okay.
Do you guys should we publish something else? Maybe.
No.
Well, this is the time to get it
My
out
guy
there.
does not care.
Okay. Why is that?
My guy does not care.
Doesn't care what we publish. Whatever.
Nope. My
Okay.
guy, do you want me to tell you
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Okay, right away?
Absolutely.
Start with my guy? All
Well,
right.
let's set the stage a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit.
No,
Let's
all
set the
right.
stage just
Okay,
a little
take it
bit.
back.
Because I want people to get a very firm idea of what we're talking. We're talking about a publishing house. So that means there are manuscripts coming in and they're getting fed up to editors, and then they're getting the go-ahead from the guys at the top. We're talking about some of the major Simon and Schuster. These would be a major publishing house. These kinds of places. This publishing house.
Random House?
Random House.
It's a Drunk Guys publishing house.
This publishing house is in Manhattan. It's part of the Big Apple,
Oh my
baby.
gosh.
This is a publishing house that does not sleep.
On Avenue.
Yep. On Avenue. It's on one of the avenues.
It's on Avenue.
And
The Street Avenue.
Yeah.
and it is a beautiful place to work. It's right there on Avenue
In the city.
in Manhattan.
In the city. Yeah.
In the city. And we've worked with major authors.
Yeah.
What are some of the authors we worked with, Caleb?
And Simon and Schuster.
Well, just our publishing.
Our
house.
publishing house has worked with Philip K. Dick.
Philip K. Dick,
Yeah.
And it's always a chuckle when you talk about him around the office.
Dan Brown.
Dan Brown.
With an E.
Yep. Dan Browdy.
Yeah. He's wrote cookbook. Bake book, actually.
Yeah,
About
it's
baking.
some of the best savory brownies you've ever
Yeah.
had.
And there's this little paella joint just across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. We're in there all the time. We're having vermouths together,
Ooh.
knocking them back. And that's where a lot of the work actually kind of happens.
Yeah.
Is in this little paella.
And I
place.
think we even joke about it. We even refer to it as the office.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll be down. I'll be
Yeah.
in my office.
Right.
Yep.
Which is like the bar at
Yeah.
the paella place.
Yep. And Francisco is working up those paella. He's in the back stirring the paella.
And
serving
Alejandro
the drinks.
is mopping up
Yep.
because he
The-
had
the
another
little
accident.
Paella. Or the...
Huh?
What is he mopping up?
He had an accident.
With paella? Or,
Alejandro, the incontinent line cook.
I mean, yeah, worse things have happened, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good that it's all counted.
He
man,
has
there's
his
always-
own. He has his own mop
Yeah, his special Alejandro's
and bucket.
special mop.
There's several buckets.
There's always something a little bit special. When we go in, we'll ask, "Is Alejandro working?" There's
Yeah.
just something a little special about it.
Yeah.
Certainly.
You want him to make your food.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Oh gosh, something happens when
Yeah.
he's at the line.
His presentation is second to none.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just something about it. So who was going to go first with their?
I think Caleb was
Caleb's
all-
gonna go.
Sure.
on
Yeah.
deck.
Okay. My guy
guy.
is illiterate, and that's important
Okay.
to his job.
Okay.
He's sort of
It's
an
essential.
It's people have worked hard to keep him from being able to read.
Sometimes it seems like he's about to learn how to read.
People get scared when he seems like he can read. He's, they'll do tests. They do tests on him to try to, see if he's,
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's sort of an idiot savant.
Yeah.
And can mainly he works with the book covers.
Okay.
But he can just tell what kind of cover
It's
is going to
such a
sell.
Design.
What's going to sell.
He's because he's not shackled by understanding written language.
Yeah.
He can just more accurately assess a book's vibe.
It's
like
about
the whole-
intuition.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
sometimes
really
they
interesting.
will to help him kind of like there have been times when he's chosen the wrong cover.
Yeah.
And it's because he didn't understand. He couldn't read the book.
You mean-
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
have any idea what was
Yeah.
going on in the book. So he chose a cover that did not match.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
So-
would say that might be more an issue for like your designer who's like offering,
The
designs
options.
that don't have anything to do.
Right. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
sometimes he would just choose something that and they also, it's part of the reason that the office does matter going to the paella
Yeah.
place because they've noticed that you got to keep this guy fed.
Right.
Yeah.
If he's hungry at all, he's probably not going to
Yeah.
make the
Yeah.
right choice.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard because you just have to trust him.
Yeah.
He cannot give you reasons
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
why this is the thing to go with.
Yeah.
But he has such a high, rate of choosing
Mm-hmm.
books that they have figured out it's the cover selling the book.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it has very little to
They
do.
were able to control for that and realize that it was because this guy chose this cover that this book did.
Yeah,
so
he'll
well.
walk up and he'll
Otherwise,
point.
so-
He'll. What part? I'm imagining some of how this process might work because it is kind of hard to imagine exactly how this is
Yeah.
happening. But it seems like
Frequently, he chooses ones where the text is not a
maybe
focal point.
there's just no
There's a big
focus on it.
image,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's his go-to. Does he ever walk up and kind of point at a book and say, "What this say?"
What they say.
I mean, he can speak.
Okay, yeah.
And he does.
Yeah, he's. I mean, yeah. Sometimes he messes up language.
And
That's
if
true.
there's like a
But-
picture, like of the options for a book,
yeah,
and there's like one has like a picture of a pretty lady on it.
Yeah.
I've heard he pretty much just always
goes
picks
for the
that one.
pretty lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the skin color of the pretty lady.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not.
Right,
I'm not
no,
this
no,
guy.
that's-
this
right.
is.
He's not educated.
This
No,
is your
it's
guy.
not-
This is your guy.
It's my guy,
Yeah.
but I'm not him.
Right, right,
I'm just
right.
saying,
It's just-
if we're going to talk about people,
Yeah.
we got to talk about the good things about
Right.
them and the bad things about them.
Okay.
Yes.
And he does prefer one type of skin color. I will not say what
Right.
that is.
We're not going to get
Because
into
it's
that.
very offensive.
And this is an audio format.
Yeah. The type of skin
So-
color is
Yeah.
just horrible.
Whoa.
Okay, but Josh, you were going to say what you were imagining, what this process was like, and what was that?
Well,
what
no,
you were
but that's what I
imagining?
meant is I thought maybe it is just the cover, but it seems to me like a book's title goes a long way
Sure.
too. So maybe he's
Yeah.
getting information about what the title is by asking somebody.
Oh yeah,
what
he
this-
has
what
a
this- what this
receptionist.
say?
He is
Yeah.
he
Oh,
is
yeah.
one of the most powerful
Yeah,
people
yeah,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
company. He's risen through the ranks.
Yeah,
Started off in the mailroom and realized pretty quick this is not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He has
so
no
yeah.
idea where anything goes.
They did have a system for a time where they had special pictures they would put
Okay.
on different offices.
Wow, they were
and
really willing to
they
work
were,
with this guy.
Crazy.
you know.
I mean, I would say
he's so much fun.
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
part
that's
of it.
Yeah, he's a very fun guy.
He's holding court over at Francisco's.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I mean
right.
he has a way with words.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have with the written word.
When I've heard Alejandro blames him a lot of times, he has an accident because he's telling a joke or
Oh,
or he's telling a long story that he
That's
doesn't
a
want to
lot
miss
of
the
acting
end
out.
of.
He doesn't really have narrative.
It's not a
yeah.
It's not a wordsmith.
No. It's insane how much what you come away with is I've never laughed like that and about those things.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
way that I did with
Interesting.
this guy.
Absolutely.
And his name
Sounds like
is
a valuable part
Yep.
of the team.
his name is Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Oh, it's Mike Pence.
No, it's not Mike Pence, but
Yeah,
his
but
name
this guy's
is Mike
name is-
Pence.
Oh, okay.
He's
Boy, that was a
upset about
rough.
that.
That was a rough 4 years.
It
Yeah.
was.
for this
He
guy in
was
Manhattan
upset.
publishing world.
Brutal.
He's very I mean, he's
Yeah. I'm
It's
so
wild.
glad that Mike Pence no longer exists. I mean, I know that's not actually true. That's
Yeah.
how it feels.
feel that way.
It's that he just kind
I
of
would be happy
walked
to
back
be
into
him
a
though.
void.
To be Mike Pence.
At this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just don't have to do it.
You don't
anymore.
have, yeah. I already did my nickel.
I did it.
Yeah.
I'm done. Go
Or,
back.
you
Just
know.
be
Yeah.
myself.
One of the finest vice presidents.
Yes. Someone who will surely
I
be
really wonder what he
remembered.
did. You know, you kind of are like, there's no way to check what the vice president did.
What are they up to?
Basically, you're just like, I guess they're working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is to not die. Like, don't die. It's probably
As
just
a vice president?
annoying, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like, because if you die and then the president dies,
There is a
then
chain of
there's, you know,
command.
that-
It's all
that's
figured
gonna be a
out,
problem.
though.
Totally, it's a problem. But yeah, I think that's probably which for a lot of people is difficult.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that.
Well,
but-
and since we're just going to talk about some like political theory, and
Yeah,
stuff
okay,
here,
yeah.
I think it's like the vice president is mostly just an appendage of the campaign.
yeah, he
Yeah.
can't.
It's not even
Yeah.
like this guy needs to fulfill
No.
it's just like this person brings an additional flavor
Yeah,
You
to
don't
this
think
candidate that they need.
and the
He's sort of in charge of like the vice. Like there's other duties, and then there's vice duties.
I don't think so.
I
I, mean,
think
maybe,
it's-
I imagine it's kind of a
like
create your
runoff.
own job title
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
though you have a title.
Right. Right.
and it's what does being vice president mean to you?
Well, because
Yes.
during one of the most hardworking vice presidents,
Yeah.
Bush's
Right.
vice.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name was Richard Cheney.
Halliburton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was working hard.
Yes.
We
right.
sort of know a lot about what
absolutely.
Yeah.
he did. Not a lot of it was very good.
It's optional. You can get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
You know what's also crazy that I didn't
Peddling
realize?
influence.
Is
Teddy Roosevelt was not elected. He assumed office after McKinley. Is it McKinley? I forget which president it was.
Yeah.
Who died.
Yeah.
So he was Teddy Roosevelt.
wait, what?
Yes,
I didn't
Teddy
know-
Roosevelt
I didn't know
was
that.
a vice president.
Oh, I didn't
and then
realize
the
this.
sitting president, whichever, standing
Yeah.
or sitting.
I mean, he
this
was
guy
probably
was probably lying
lying
down.
down
Well,
by
down-
the end of it.
That's right. That's right.
And then Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he was the sitting
sitting
president.
president.
Sitting
He was the
president.
sitting president
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
With that polio,
Yeah.
it's hard to stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fine because you can still play polo.
Yep. You can still ride a horse.
Polio
They could
has
have
never
fixed you up
stopped
there
anybody
in
from
some
riding
way.
a horse.
Yeah, polo. That'd be a great Olympic Games. They're making all these new Olympic Games polo.
Yeah.
Gabe, we've got a couple minutes left. What's your guy?
My guy, his guy's name is Pages. This guy's name's Pages.
Okay.
He's a small man, diminutive stature. He wears big, thick glasses, Coke bottle glasses,
Yep.
and he's the Turner. You know, every publishing house they're putting out all these books. Somebody's got to be on top of making sure all those pages turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
This guy, he's in there turning all the pages.
It's quality assurance. It's like a
Yeah.
quality assurance type role.
Now-
it's kind of that. I mean, it's not just a scientific
Yeah.
like there's an artfulness to it. What
Now-
was
Yeah.
Caleb?
You don't want this guy to be distracted by anything
No.
besides the page turner.
Right.
So this guy is also a letterer.
No, he's got
No? Oh, he
glasses.
can read?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
he's almost he is like illiterate by just
If he takes his glasses
he's
off,
kind
he
of
can't
blind.
read.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
He can choose to be
Is that-
illiterate.
Yeah.
rude to call blind people
They can read if
They
they
can
have.
read if
I
they
mean,
do
if we're
braille.
just talking about can you read?
Yeah.
No.
You can't.
No.
You can feel bumps, and that can
Yeah.
be kind of
and
like
that's good.
words,
Bumps are good.
But you could trick them with a piece of bark. You know?
Yeah.
And then what? They're
Yeah,
reading
right.
a
Yep.
tree? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, but we
These
all
guys-
are actually because paper actually is bark and trees.
That's
so,
true.
It's not
But
bark,
this guy's
it's-
in there. He's
okay.
turning, and he just has to make sure that mechanically all of the books,
The books
work
work.
as expected.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's his job. His name's Pages, and
So-
he's a turner.
And he's concerned about ebooks.
Yeah, he's not happy about
Right.
it.
His name is Pages Turner.
No.
Oh, yeah.
His name is Pages,
Okay.
and
He
he's
is
a
a
turner.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
but
Okay.
his last name,
He's not Ted Turner's son, Pages.
no. He got fired from our publishing house a long time ago.
Okay, but there was Ted Turner's
There's
son,
another
Pages. Pages Turner did work at.
Pages Turner.
Yeah.
Pages. No.
Just tell us
His
what his
name
last
is
name
Pages.
is.
What?
Right. Just tell us what your guy's last name
My
is.
guy's last
Yeah.
name is
Yeah.
Damatopoulos. He's Greek.
Yeah. Okay. Pages Damatopoulos works as a turner.
You need stout Grecian fingers
Oh, yeah.
to turn those pages. Josh, what's your
And
guy?
real quick, my guy is kind of he works as a reader,
Ooh,
so he's going through the slush pile.
pretty different guy.
But what's happened here's kind of an interesting thing about this guy. He's reading the manuscripts, but frequently he's going out, and it's kind of like there's a combination of this guy is a little bit Goodwill Hunting, and he's a little bit Elves and the Shoemaker.
Mm.
Okay, because
Right.
what's happening is he's getting these manuscripts, and he's such a capable like story editor, and that he can immediately see what needs to happen.
Wow.
And he'll go through and he'll retype a manuscript.
Oh.
So actually, he's super involved in getting some of the major works published, but nobody knows that.
Right.
He's just and of course the writers aren't going to
Yeah.
say anything. They're
Right.
about to get published. They
Right.
just got discovered.
It's completely different than what they wrote.
Yes,
Right.
but it's just been fixed in these essential ways, and so he's kind of he's responsible for the success of this publishing house in an extreme way, but nobody knows.
Nobody
it.
Nobody
knows.
knows.
Nobody knows.
Wow.
I feel like I really pick
didn't-
up a theme on
and he
Josh's
could-
guys.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are not being appreciated.
So these guys, didn't he? And maybe he helped. Did he collaborate with my guy one time?
It feels like there's probably they seem. I was noticing this that they seem inversely related.
Like-
Mm,
There was just like my guy submitted anonymously because
Right.
I don't think you're allowed to submit to your own
Yeah.
publishing. I don't know what the deal is with that, but this guy's not allowed. They
Right.
did. I know they have his
I mean,
picture.
what would he?
He's not allowed to
allowed.
submit.
Your
he
guy
has
is,
tried.
yeah.
My guy is not allowed to submit.
Right, and that's
But until one day when there was just kind of an assemblage of
Yeah.
like letters.
yeah,
And it was actually just the shape on the page that made your guy go like, "Oh wait, there's something here."
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
And
got
he
something.
rearranged it all for it,
Yeah.
and it became great.
Yeah,
So then my guy, not being able to read a book,
yeah,
published
Yep.
a book.
that's and so don't
Yeah.
let anyone
Mike
tell you
Pence.
you can't do anything.
Sorry,
Mike
my
Pence.
Guy,
Mike Pence.
Yeah, Mike Pence, your guy.
my guy, Mike Pence.
Yeah.
It does look like him too.
Thanks so much for listening to GuyBoys. You can, if you need to tell us something, you can send us an email at advancedansweringtechniques@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.